Feed me chicken. Is that you, YouTube? Come in. You're just in time for a bedtime story. The title of this story is possibly the best pickup Feed Me Chicken has had. So come in, make yourself comfortable, make sure you've got your warm glass of milk, and allow me to tell you the story. Allow me to introduce you to the characters of the story. First off, we have my friend and yours, the drug dealer. And despite it not looking like a chicken, it does represent me in size. It's me! Feed me chicken! Now, over a rather long period of time now, we have built up a great friendship. He is called my drug dealer because he gives me and offers me games. He'll give me games for free, or he will offer me games that I simply cannot resist at the price he gives them to me at. He is the reason that my collection has grown. Recently, my drug dealer and his lovely family have since moved. They have moved into a bigger house in a different part of the country, so sadly I don't get to see him much. We are still in contact, and he still shows me things that I'm jealous of, but unfortunately we don't live as close as what we used to. Before he left for his new house, we had a conversation about the Amiga. Now he's after an Amiga 4000, which kind of just looks like a normal desktop PC, but I was able to offer him before he went an Amiga 1200. Now it was only going to be spares and repairs because it had issues and the box was completely battered. He accepted. He said he was going to, because he's really good at doing and mending computer consoles, etc. He took it. He was grateful. Scant consolation really, because he's given me so much. It was the only thing I could give him at the time. Now before he left, I said to my drug dealer, when you get your new games room sorted in your new house, send me some pictures. So eventually I get pictures of his new games room and it looks superb. But of course, me being me, I said to him, have you found any doubles? He did. Sent me pictures, and oh my god, you should have seen them. Now I asked him if I could buy some of the doubles off of him. He said yeah, and what's great about my drug dealer is he allows me to pay them off, which was fantastic. So, as you do, communication of this sort took place over text message. Now the price for everything that we agreed was £210, and I was happy with that. But later on down the line, I get a message out of the blue, and it's from my drug dealer. And he says to me, don't worry about the price of the games, you can have them. Well, obviously me being me, I inquire. I'm like, that are you sure? That's a lot of money to lose. He goes, no, that's fine. Now what happened is he told me that the Amiga 1200 that I gave to him was too big for his house. Or sorry, too big for his games room. And he sold it on eBay for spares and repairs. And he got a really good price for it. And what he's done for me is he's wiped my debt off through the sale of the Amiga. Now I said to him, but you don't need to do that. Because if I give something to somebody, as far as I'm concerned, that's no longer my item. So if someone decides to take something from me and sells it and they make money off of it, great. That's their money. That's what they've done with it. That's fine. You know, I'm happy to give. I would have been happy to have given what I gave away. So I said, are you sure? To which he replied, yep, absolutely. So from £210, I must have only paid somewhere between £30 to £40. This is an artist reenactment of my reaction. What?
You really thought this was a nighttime story?
Nope. Let's get on to the real bit of the story. Let's go. So YouTube, we're in an unusual place today. We're in the gaming coop. Yes, and alongside me is my drug dealer. I haven't seen him for a very long time. Welcome back. So, like you guys have already seen, this is a very special episode to me. There's a big story to it, which is obviously at the beginning of the video. And you've come this far. So, let's start off with the games that have no manuals. So, drug dealer, game number 1. There we go. Kaya, PlayStation 2.
One of the reasons I wanted Kaya in my collection comes from watching Virtual Gaming Library. Now, they've done a really good PlayStation 2 all regions games. And this pops up in there. I believe it's being classed as one of those, dare I say it, hidden gem. I won't say that because I've not played it. As far as I'm aware, it's kind of like one of your platforming games, you know, quite generic. I think there's it's got its own elements to it. And again, it's just one of those games where, since I've seen the gameplay footage, I was like, yep, seems like my sort of game. I'd like to play it. And then when my drug dealer had it as a double, and like I said, you know, I was all over it, absolutely all over it, and I can't wait to play it.
Now this game is obviously going up in price, and I am very grateful to have this. It has no manual, but who cares? I'm going to play the shit out of it. So yes, game number 1. Game number 2, we have Alice on the PlayStation 3. Now you know a little bit about Alice on the PlayStation 3 because you are the reason that I wanted this game. So what do you know about Alice on the PlayStation 3?
I just really enjoyed it. You know, I hate it when you fire stuff at me.
But if I'm right, when you were talking to me about it, it's pretty twisted.
Yeah, all twisted world, and it's pretty crackers. You really need to play it to really know.
Well, with that sort of endorsement, I will be playing it, coming from someone who, as you can see, is crazy himself. So, that is the games without manuals. And I'm already off to a clucking great start. But hold on tight. The titles are going to get better and better. So, the first game with a manual, we've got Psychic Force on the PlayStation 1.
Straight away, let's correct myself. It's not Psychic Force. This is Psychic Force 2. Yes, here we have a one-on-one fighting game. Now, I do enjoy my fighting games, but most of my fighting games take place on the ground. I am not a fan of the Dragon Ball Z games, but this has a lot of qualities that can be found in that game. Now, I don't like Dragon Ball Z simply because when I've seen it and played it, you spend more time when you're in the air being off the screen and not being nowhere near your character. At least in this, it seems to be you're in the air but you're in a cage and you can't really go anywhere else. So then you fight to whoever loses. And when you have that sort of common sense, at least I can get some enjoyment out of it. So again, this is one of those games where I've seen the gameplay footage, it intrigues me, I want to give it a go, and lucky for me, I get the opportunity to. And that is Psychic Force 2 on the PlayStation 1.
Complete game number 1.
You actually played any of the Dragon Ball Z's?
No, I it's not really my thing. The only thing I've played that was like popular was Pokemon. I played Pokemon Blue, and that's the only thing I wanted to play. So no, not Dragon Ball Z. Why do you rate them?
I think they're quite good. I like it when you just smash people through buildings and stuff.
Fair enough, there you go. Opposing views already. So, complete game number 2 is Odin Sphere. Now, between me and you, there's a story behind this, isn't there? In terms of the fact that I've already been offered this game by you before. And what did I do?
Turned it down.
I turned it down. And then this came up and I was like, yeah, I do really need to get this game. Because the only thing is, the art style on this game, in particular, is really, really smart. And it's not really a standard RPG, is it? It's more of a, you run into...
I can't rate it, I ain't played it.
As I alluded to earlier, Odin Sphere is not your typical RPG. It's more of an action RPG in the sense that when you are moving along, it's a 2D side scroller, you are attacking enemies there and then. You're not like having to put an input for attack and then essentially waiting to see whether you hit or not and then wait for the other person to attack you. It's not like that. You run around, or you run in kind of one direction, left or right, and you attack whoever's in front of you, and then you level up that way. So rather than it being like a Pokemon game, you get it more like the Kirby game that's currently on the Switch. And that sort of a game suits me more. And the art style, without being too in love with something, is actually stunning and beautiful. So yeah, I can't wait to actually get into this now that I own it, and now that I'm not turning it down like a stupid fool. So good stuff for me.
But the thing is though, when I've seen it, it's like you run, you attack, you're all doing it in real time from what I've seen. So combined with the art style, combined with like a real time game, I ended up being really interested in it and had to get it the second time round. So I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate. So yeah, it's game number 2. The next one we got is on the PlayStation 2, and we have Altered Beast. Yes, we do. Now, do you know anything about this game, Altered Beast, on the PlayStation 2?
I played it for about 2 minutes.
So, fuck all. I don't know anything either. All I know is that it is rising in price, as most things are these days. I've only played the Mega Drive version, but this, I think, is a lot different to that.
It looks like the dog's been chewing at the box.
Well, I ain't really concerned, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, it's here, it's in my collection, and hopefully one day I will play it and find out whether it is anything or how different it is from the Mega Drive version.
This warning screen is very applicable to this game, Altered Beast, on the PlayStation 2. So I have played probably about 10 minutes, and it is so different from the Mega Drive version that I have played. It's no longer obviously your side scrolling, beat 'em up and then collect the the orbs to change into an altered beast. You can change into the altered beast on the fly, but you need to collect different potions or whatever they are to be able to change into different beasts. So you start off with being able to change into one. You do have the ability to change into others, provided that you collect them along the way. Changing the cutscenes are pretty graphic, and it's just basically, it's kind of like a hack and slash game in at its heart and at its core. Like I said, I only played about 10 minutes. I can't really give it an overview, but yeah, it leaves me wanting to play more, so that's a good thing.
Right. Next one. We have Clock Tower 3. Again, a little story behind this one. So, again, from my drug dealer, I actually bought Clock Tower 3 already. It is already in my collection. But, as you can probably tell already, this one here is complete. Oh, yeah. My other one is missing a manual. So, Clock Tower 1, Clock Tower 3 comes out. This one will go in. Have you played Clock Tower 3? I know you have.
I have, but I like the first one more.
Why do you like the first one more?
Because it's just super cheesy.
Yeah. See, for what you guys don't know, my drug dealer here, he is a massive, massive horror fan, him and his wife. And he has seen movies that I've never heard of, but then again, I'm not really a movie buff. So, for him to say that Clock Tower, the first one, is the better one in the series, 100% believe him. So, there's your first recommendation within this video. Go get it.
Cost you a fortune.
True. Very true.
Not a game that I've played yet, Clock Tower 3. Ideally, I would like to start Clock Tower 1, but like we said, it costs a fortune. It just looks like one of your kind of survival horror. Basically, you've got to sneak around, not be found, so that you can get out alive. At least that's what I think you got to do anyway. Again, another game where you know the series, you know what it's about, you kind of know what you're in for. I just want to play it.
So, next one, what we got? We have Project Zero. Well, for those of you who've been watching my channel for absolutely ages will know that this will be a game I could probably never afford. So, to be able to have this in this bundle and be able to play it, so there's 3 in this, because I'm rambling here, but there's 3 in the series on the PlayStation 2, but only 2 on the original Xbox, am I right? So, I originally had 2 of these, 1 and 2, on the original Xbox. Until this man says, you are aware that there's 3 of them on the PlayStation 2. Well, that fucked that up, didn't it? So I got rid of the Xbox ones, and one day I will hopefully have the trilogy in my collection. But for now, the first one is a great start.
This game, I think, is a game that creates its own atmosphere. It draws you in with like a slow, steady, progressive and in-depth, kind of draws you into the game by being that sort of way inclined. I feel this game is kind of a more a slow moving game, at least from what I've seen. Now obviously I've not played it. I think you're armed with a camera, and obviously that's how you keep the ghosts away, by taking pictures of them, and to a certain degree the way you take the picture will get you a higher score or something like that, and I could be completely wrong. Like I've already mentioned, there's 3 in the series. It is a well-known series. It garners a massive price, and it's a trilogy that's on the PlayStation 2. So I look forward to playing this. I look forward to understanding what it's about. I look forward to being dragged in and involved in this story, because that's what I feel this game is, why it has its notoriety around it, why it is that people want to play this game, because it draws you in, it sets you up for those jump scares, it sets you up to be frightened. That's the impression I get. So I look forward to seeing if I was right or if I was wrong.
Number 3 is a nightmare to get hold of.
I tell you what, most of the ones that you show me end up being horrendously expensive, and I can't get hold of them anyway. So, right. So what's the next one we got? Darkstalkers 3. Now, when it comes to Darkstalkers, I was not aware of this series early on. So as I got older, I've become aware of Darkstalkers. Obviously, by the time I knew about Darkstalkers, the price had already shot up. So, again, it's an expensive game. It is a great game. It is a Capcom game. So you know it's going to be good fighting-wise. A lot of the characters that are in Darkstalkers, you guys have already seen in like crossover franchise within Street Fighter. But to be able to actually play the game and kind of get used to those fighting mechanics on this game, again.
Darkstalkers 3 is everything you want it to be, which is basically not a Street Fighter clone. Now, the graphics, you look at it and you think Street Fighter and you think Capcom, yes, but the controls are something for me to get used to, because I'm so used to Street Fighter controls being so generic in a lot of games that Capcom make in particular, that I was hoping to be able to pull off moves quite easily, and as it turns out, I can't. But glad to have it, happy to have it, I want to play it.
Have you played Darkstalkers?
Very quickly.
Were you impressed with your quick playthrough?
They're pretty good 2D fighters. Just like all the other SNK stuff and that, so.
That's it. And then, just like everything else, ooh, the price is going up. We're going up. So yeah, Darkstalkers 3. And our next one, what do we have now?
I do enjoy this game, but it's bloody hard.
And they Skull Monkeys on the PlayStation 1. Now, I have a lot of respect for games such as this. So I've never played Skull Monkeys. Never really a game that I was too aware of until I started to play Clay Fighters on the N64. Now, I know it sounds a bit of a weird thing to say, that you're talking about Clay Fighters, but you're talking about Skull Monkeys. But the thing is, it's all about clay animation. So when I was looking into Clay Fighters before, I was interested to know how they did what they did, because a lot of people, they bag off Clay Fighters, and to a certain extent, obviously it's warranted because it's very limited. You know, you get floaty moves, and I get that, but you got to take the amount of time and effort that goes into such a game. That's phenomenal. But then obviously, as you know about Clay Fighters, you then get links to other games, and obviously Skull Monkeys, and it's meant to be a fairly good game for what it is. So
yeah, if I remember right, it don't even support a save function. You have to write down your passwords for each level.
Boy, I better make sure I've got pen and paper when I play it then. Take back to the Mega Drive.
Bloody hard.
That I've heard, but still, I now own it, so I can find out for myself and either hate it or love it.
I'm not going to talk long over the introduction to this game, but as you watch what I show you, you should watch it in awe, in the fact that those who created this game, the amount of time, the amount of effort, the amount of frustration, the amount of love and care that went into this game is extraordinary to me, because even what you see now is done in clay animation, and for all intents and purposes, from what I understand, for this game is also to be a good game, there is just a massive amount of work. I don't know where or how it did at the time, but I'm assuming there and then it flew under the radar because not many people were interested in clay animated works. But wow, I mean, this is, it is awe. You watch this and you should just be in awe of it. So if you get a chance, watch it with eyes that go, appreciate the work for what it is. And I'm really happy to own this game now. And again, it's another one that I look forward to getting around to playing.
It's Marmite.
Marmite, that's it. Right, our next one. Was it Nightmare Creatures 2?
Yeah.
I was about to say Creatures 2 for some reason. I knew it had a different title to it.
Yeah, well, it says Nightmare.
Alright. Didn't I had brain fuzz, alright? Have you played this one?
No.
Ooh. The horror man hasn't played it. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I know nothing about it. I just know that it's a game, again.
I've only recently actually come across it twice.
See, it's alright for some people, isn't it? They can go out there, yeah, just come across this twice. Me, I'll be like, yeah, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. No, anyway. But now I have it, so I'll play it one day and see whether I like it or not.
I see a theme so far with his pickups. A lot of survival horror. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I'm right with this game. I do believe this game had an issue with the camera and its controls. However, again, if I'm right, the game is said to be a good game if you can get around and get your handle on the controls and the camera. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, a lot of games that used to play in this era, you know, not every game had perfect cameras and not every game had perfect controls. So I don't know too much about this game. It's all kind of hearsay with me. So again, I own it. I have the opportunity to play it, and at some point I will.
It cost me £2.
Oh yeah, just rub it in, yeah. Cost him £2, it cost the whole world like, I don't know how much this goes for now, but a lot of money. Right, we got anything else? We do. Right, before this one comes out, this is one of those, yeah. This is clucking awesome. For me to get hold of. So, here we go. We'll do the reveal in 3, 2, 1. That's right. Clanoah on the PlayStation 1. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is just, again, it's just one of those games. It's climbing. It probably could keep climbing in price. But it's also, you know, it's a platformer. I do like my platformers. It's a game that is, I think it's rated quite highly in terms of what genre it's in. But I think at the time, obviously, it was, is it a late release? I can't remember if it's a late release on PlayStation 1 or not, but it didn't sell well, that I do know. And obviously, now people want to go and play it, bumps up the price, and you know the deal.
I've said it all already. This is just a cutesy platformer. And right now, it's one of those desirable platformers because not many people played it back when it was first released. So I now have another game that I get to play that I didn't think I'd actually have the honour of playing. Okay, it looks beautiful. Colours are bright and vibrant. It's cutesy. What more could you want, eh? What more could you want? At a lower price. But that's by the by. Clanoah!
but you've got this twice. So this is one you've had twice. Who has this sort of game twice? So
I bought it with a PS1 and 10 games for 20 quid.
you know, I'm just gonna leave the video to him. I'm just gonna leave. No. But you know, and that's the thing, though, isn't it? You know, if you're able to find and know what you're doing, you can find these bargains, and they're there, aren't they? So I'm just lucky enough that I've got a good friend in this man here, and that when he's got doubles, it lets me know, and then I'm able to obviously do what we do. So brilliant. Well, that is the end of the very special bundle. Drug dealer, thank you very much for joining me in this video. Is there anything you'd like to say about Clanoah, or anything you'd like to say to the world of YouTube in general?
It's brilliant.
Clanoah is brilliant. Stay safe, YouTube. See you later. Say bye. Don't say bye.
Bye.
You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought of this video. Also, let me know how you found me. Below is a link to my Facebook page. It is the only bit of social media I do between YouTube and you guys. This is where you will see photos of the items I have for sale or for trade. I do not do Twitter and I do not do Instagram. Take care.